Let's talk some Notre Dame recruiting. They have been on an absolute heater on the recruiting trail. And Steve, I don't think they're slowing down because you dropped a new prediction for one of their top targets. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Notre Dame's got the number 5 class in the country. Marcus Freeman and his staff, they played their spring game last weekend, but the NCAA says they can still bring visitors on campus. So that's what they're doing. Top targets in South Bend, under touchdown Jesus, around the Golden Dome this week. And I like the way the Irish are trending for one of them. Sunshine State, 4-star defensive back, Aiden Pouncey returned for a second time this spring. I talked to him after his visit on Wednesday, and he highlighted not only what Notre Dame's doing on the field, developing defensive backs, but what they can do for you off the field, the relationships you can have, the connections that you get going to Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is the one to beat. I have the Irish trending on the on-3 RPM. He set his official visit to Notre Dame for June 13th. Florida, Syracuse, Miami, LSU, some of the other frontrunners in this recruitment, I think they're all chasing Notre Dame for Aiden Pouncey.
Really exciting recruitment. We were talking to Mike Singer on the Inside Scoop yesterday about him. Now let's talk about tight end recruiting, because for Notre Dame, it's going well again. They really do well at the position. So what's the latest on 2026 recruiting at the tight end position?
Well, this week they hosted another one of the nation's best, Matt Ludwig from Montana. Michigan is the on-3 RPM favorite for Matt Ludwig, but he has made some rounds to Texas A&M, Tennessee, Georgia, and now Notre Dame. And Notre Dame is a program to watch late in the process. I think they're a school that can give the Maize and Blue a run for their money. But Notre Dame, they're strongly in the mix for several tight ends. I have an on-3 RPM in favor of the Irish for another top 10 player at the position, Evan Jacobson out of the state of Iowa. Now, Texas A&M is the program that I view as the biggest challenger. He's been there several times. Auburn is firmly in the mix for him as well. Florida State, Wisconsin. He's got some official visits coming up. But Notre Dame certainly at the front or the forefront of his recruitment. Ian Premer, he's a top 25 player in the country for on-3, a guy that's got a chance to finish with a 5th star. Talked to his family earlier in the week, and then Chad Simmons with the report today. Notre Dame is locked in for an official visit after a really good visit this spring. I think Notre Dame's one of the favorites there. You have Iowa State, Kansas State, and Michigan involved for Ian Premer, but Notre Dame, one of the top schools for him. Then you got Gavin Mueller from Illinois, the Jensen kid from Nebraska. Those are 5 touted tight ends that Notre Dame's in the mix for. The prediction is on Jacobson right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if they landed any of those guys as they continue to push for what is a top 5 class right now.
All right. Well, Notre Dame fans want more intel, Steve. What do you got?
Well, Javian Osborne will announce his college decision in early May. He took trips to Notre Dame in Michigan, multiple trips to Notre Dame in Michigan this spring. And unless something changes or unless I'm reading it wrong, I like where the Irish stand for the Forney, Texas 4-star. Caden Finley is Notre Dame's top receiver on the board. He's maybe their top overall prospect for where they're trying to go as a program. Took a recent visit to Notre Dame. I have an on-3 RPM in favor of the Irish, but they got to hold off Texas. They got to hold off Texas A&M. He's going to visit Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils this weekend for the spring game. They're swinging hard. A lot of competition for Caden Finley and Notre Dame, but I like where Notre Dame is currently positioned for the talented pass catcher for the Lone Star State.